Well, it's the last Friday in December 2016 and I'm just setting off to collect Andy so we can head off for our last adventure of the year. We're heading up to Seaham with the intention of doing a sunset this evening on the beach, probably at the pier, and then getting up tomorrow morning and doing a sunrise, again probably at the beach, and then possibly calling into Steepley Pier on the way back, which all sounds really good, except for the fact that we're camping. And I'm not quite sure whose idea it was, but I have a horrible feeling it was mine. It's quite a balmy 5 degrees sat in the car, although there's quite a thick frost on the ground, and I believe it's set to get down to about -3 tonight. So I have 2 sleeping bags and my fluffy gym jams as well, because I think it might get a bit chilly. However, I'm sure we'll survive, and I'll catch up with you when we get to the campsite. Bye! Well, we whizzed into the campsite. There was a horrific delay on the A1. They'd shut 2 or 3 junctions, so Lord knows what's happened. But it didn't look very good for somebody, or many people. So we whizzed into the campsite. Wonderful farmer. A little bit eccentric lady, I think she was, but she was absolutely wonderful. We know where we're pitching, so we just whizzed off to see them. And the intention was to go to the pier with a lighthouse on the end, which I'm aware you can't really see me here. There's a light in the background just around there, and that's the pier. However, you can't get onto it unless you're a fisherman. They all have keys for it, which is a real bummer. We were short on time, so we didn't want to faff around asking any of the fishermen if they'd let us through. We didn't want to upset anybody. So instead we made it down to Chemical Beach. The tide is at its highest now, so we're fairly safe. And we've had gorgeous sunsets for the last week. And tonight we haven't had one, which is so frustrating. But that said, it is wonderful just being here. There's nobody else around. Andy, you can see the light there. That's Andy doing his little vlog. But we've come down to the far end where there's the sort of groiny woody things in the water. Have a look. We're going to come back down here for sunrise tomorrow. Hopefully there will be more. And I've come away prepared for it to be as cold as the North Pole, because the last time I looked at the weather forecast it was going to be -3. It's now going to be 6 degrees, so we should be comfortable tonight. Yeah, a bit disappointing. However, you have to be here to stand the chance of getting a sunset. So, from Seaham, see you later. Morning. Bye. Happy New Year's Eve. What? Well, sunrise kind of did happen. Not as spectacularly as it has recently. However, we've come down to a beautiful little spot just down from Seaham, and we've watched the sunrise and we've got some photos. We've been concentrating mainly on long exposures. I've got my camera set up just there. I've not done the 10 stop this morning. It's been decent enough to just use the Lee Landscape Polarizer and a 0.6 ND grad, and then just using the timer. The waves are beautiful, the light is absolutely gorgeous this morning. The whole beach, when we got down here the tide was just starting to recede. It's gone out considerably now, and the beach is amazing. In the old days when there was a colliery here, they used to dump all the rubbish from the colliery onto the beach. I don't know if you can see it, but it's sort of black. So on the parts of the beach where there's no stones and no pebbles, you get lovely black lines leading through the sand. It's really, really effective. I say it's really difficult to show you on this, just kind of get an idea there. Apart from having really cold feet, it's been a really good morning. The campsite last night was brilliant. It's not really set up for campers, more they've got a couple of static vans, which would be ideal. But it was quiet and peaceful, and it wasn't too cold. There's some lovely caves around here as well. We're looking at the possibility of doing a wild camp down here, which could be quite interesting. I'll take you for a little wander in, because depending on how far the water comes up, there's some caves that I don't think they actually get wet unless there's a really high tide. You can sort of see in the background. But I've come up here, and this is where the light's just going to disappear. If you can see, back there is a lovely cave that could actually stay quite dry. I know you can't see me whatsoever, which is kind of a blessing. So there's this little bit here which is all undercover, and then you come out into a lovely open bit here, and it really doesn't look, oh, it might get wet, but it would be fabulous if it didn't. Because camping down here and waking up just to look out and see the sunrise would be absolutely fabulous. So, the last trip of the year. We've been planning other trips as we've been going along, and it's been fabulous. Maybe a better sunrise would have finished the year off beautifully. However, really can't complain that much. It hasn't rained. It isn't blowing a gale. Brilliant. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye! Well, we just got back to the campsite, having had a brilliant morning down at Blackhall Beach. And this is the campsite that we're on. I'm not entirely sure how much you can see of this. It's a little farm called The Barn at Easington Colliery. And they've got a couple of statics, rather funky toilet block in the back. But the views are absolutely amazing. You've got, I'll take you up the top here. Oh, you've got views out right across the sea. If you can see it through there, the sea is just about there. So, and it's nice and quiet, nobody for miles, just fields. And there's half a dozen cats or so wandering around, but other than that. And they give you a little kettle, and there's a little area inside where you can sit and eat. And little lights. So yeah, this would be a good place to come again. And this was the setup last night. I've got, I don't know how much of that you can see. The tents there, we camped up on hardcore, or it's not hardcore, it's sort of wood chip, because it's flat. And we could actually see what we were doing, because it was dark by the time we got here last night, when we came back from the beach. But yeah, really good, really cracking little place, to be fair. So thanks for watching all my little ramblings this year. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. Don't get too drunk tonight, and we'll see you again next year. Bye.